Hello everyone, I welcome you all to Studies Code and it is 9 a.m. which means it is time for your daily dose of vocabulary with me. This session is going to be under 5 minutes and the words you're going to find here are taken from the Hindu. So make sure to subscribe to our channel and do not miss to hit that tiny bell near it so that every day when the session comes at 9, you all get notified and you can become part of this session. With that being said, let's come to the first word for today. The first word is microcosm. Microcosm means something that is a small example of something larger. So you have a larger picture and then you give smaller examples related to it, or you make a smaller example of that. The sentence will make it very clear. At their best, they offer a microcosm of Red Sea reef life. So the Red Sea is huge and the reef life there is also vast. So best thing that the tourist place could offer is a microcosm, is a smaller version of that. Here you could see that the picture also depicts the same thing. Then we have the synonyms, which are sample and prototype. Here sample is repeated, so we're gonna ignore that. Prototype, basically, if you're talking about an aircraft, right? For an aircraft, it's a very big thing. So you make a prototype of that. That is, you make a smaller version of that. Then you do the testing. And then finally, you will make a bigger version of that. So you make a microcosm of that aircraft. Next word we have is myriad. Okay, myriad means a large number of something. A very large number of something. If you're talking about something which is infinite. Okay. The example says there is a myriad of islands to explore. So there are too many islands to be explored that you cannot count them. The synonyms are manifold, legion and infinite. Here legion is important, so I'm going to star mark that. Next word we have is vague. Vague. Use this word when something is not clear or definite. Okay? When you're not clear about something, if you cannot see something clearly, if you cannot think about something clearly, you cannot imagine and think clearly, then you have a vague image of that thing. Okay? The image will make it clear. Here, if you go for an eye test, let's say if you go for an eye test, that time you're required to read the alphabets that are written. They could be bigger and smaller like that. Okay? And if they appear vague to you, they do not appear very clear to you, that time you need a spectacle for improvement, right? So if they're not clear, they are vague. The sentence says he was very vague about how much money he'd spent. So he was very unclear about how much money he wanted to spend. Here, any wise person would have a proper account. He'll make a proper account and a proper schedule as to where he wants to spend his money. Okay, how much he want to spend on luxuries, how much he want to spend on necessities, and how much he wants to invest. Okay, so wise person will keep a proper account and he'll do the same thing. And here the sentence basically describes an unwise person. And I would suggest you guys, if you're spending your own money, you're earning it, or whatever source you have, try to use it in a wise manner. Okay, keep a notebook, write it down if you have problems, but allocate different things according to the amount you have. Okay, do not be extravagant about it. Coming to the synonyms, we have misty, fuzzy and hazy. Here misty is important, so I'll star mark that. Next word we have is accord. Accord means an agreement, especially between countries. So an agreement is a normal thing. But if you have an agreement between two countries, then it comes to us a formal word as accord here. Okay. Here India also has too many accords if you talk about. Okay. We have different accords with different countries as to what kind of diplomatic relationship we share with them. Right? We might have a different accord with US, we might have a different accord with France and also Japan in that way. Okay? So they are accords and they are being, there are different projects that come up and different accords are being signed between countries. The sentence here says, the government and the rebels are in accord on one point. Here, the same thing happened recently with our government and your Naxalite groups or the rebel groups of your northeast region. Right? So there are a lot of groups, rebel groups in the northeast region. We might be knowing that because obviously there's a little bit cut off from the mainland and with the northeast, and therefore the people are not very happy at present. So there were a lot of rebel groups when the partition was done, and after that, now we have seen that in recent times, most of your rebel groups have come into an accord with the government. They have come to an agreement with the government, and they are finally settling down. So that is also happening in our northeast. If you follow the news, you might be knowing. Okay, the synonyms are grant, seed, and conquer. Here, seed and conquer are important, and I'm star marking them. Next word we have coercive. Coercive means using force to persuade people to do things that they are unwilling to do. So somebody is unwilling to do something, and then you try to use force so that you can convince that person. Okay, this is the wrong thing. Coming to the sentence we have, she has been subjected to extreme coercive control for decades. So for decades, she's been controlled by other people, and she's been forcefully made to do stuff that she does not want to do or is unwilling to do. The synonyms are persistent, domineering, and imperious. Here, imperious is important, and we'll star mark that. Next word we have is proliferation. Proliferation means a rapid multiplication of parts or the increase in the number of something. Here, the number is increasing very fast, or they are multiplying very fast. The picture depicts the same. See, if you talk about your body and the cell division, the cell proliferation, that process is very fast. When you're young, when you're a kid, the process is very fast. You have a cut or other thing, it will heal very quickly. As you age, you see that this proliferation process reduces, right? The speed reduces. The sentence here says there was a proliferation of tourists after the film aired. So, a particular location where the film was shot after the film was aired, that thing became a tourist attraction, and a lot of tourists came there, and the tourists basically multiplied. A rapid increase in that. If you use a word like this, that means you can use it in place where you are trying to use a word like rapid increase. So instead of rapid increase, you can use the simple word that is proliferation. Okay. Then you have synonyms like boost, gain, and decrease. Next word we have is onerous. Onerous means difficult and needing a lot of effort. It is something is difficult, so you need to do it. And if you need to do it, you need to put a lot of effort. Here the image depicts a brat of a person, and the servant here was trying to carry everything, and it is a difficult job for that person. The sentence says, first, they had the onerous task of rearranging the furniture. So they had a very difficult task of rearranging the entire furniture. For any place, if you're shifting also, rearranging the furniture is a big task. The synonyms are searing, brutal, and uphill. Uphill, something is uphill, that is, it is tough to reach. Here, searing is important, and we're going to star mark that. Next, we come to the word for day. It is flex. You're going to tell me the meaning of this word in the comment section, and also the synonyms of this word. Okay, so make sure to answer them in the comment section. I read all the comments. Sometimes I might be little late in replying, but I read all of them, and I'm grateful for you guys to be commenting and participating. Lastly, if you have watched the session and you did like it, the content, then make sure to like this. Share it with all your friends who are preparing or who would be benefited from this session. And in the comments, you can answer the question that we asked, and also your feedback. If you have any feedback related to the session, if you want us to add on more things, to reduce something, or to change anything, okay? And lastly, do not forget to subscribe to our channel. With that being said, we'll end the session here. Thank you for watching.